UFC superstar Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, dude. What's going on, baby?
What's up, everybody?
Alrighty, what up, everybody? Welcome into Man to Man Podcast. Today we're switching things up and talking man to woman. Please welcome on the show singer-songwriter, social media star Lauren Gray. We know you like the DJ.
I am okay.
$1.99 for a banana bag, bro.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Man to Man Podcast. Let's get into it, baby. Playmaker twas the Hoop Star Nash. What's good, Hoop? How you doing over there, dude?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, coach.
Let's go. What up, coach? What up, my young brother, my young sister-in-law, dude, my young brother in arms, dude, my young soldier in Christ, dude. It's a good Samaritan. We're feeling good over here. The MTM boys are rocking, dude. All right, here we go. Season 4, I believe it's episode 6. We kind of just went crazy on them to start out, dude. People were saying, what the hell is going on?
Boy, go crazy.
Yeah, let's go. No, it's super cool. Appreciate everyone that's just obviously sent us text messages and showed us love. The man-to-man boys are coming correct. And so we will kind of answer a couple of these different questions that I'm sure, Liam, you've heard, that I've heard over the past couple of weeks. But obviously, appreciate all the love. Appreciate the support. Again, thanks for the text and yada yada. I was at Thursday Night Football. We're recording on Sunday on September 24th. This will probably drop on Wednesday, whenever that is, the 27th, 25, 26, 27. But yeah, I was watching Thursday Night Football earlier this week at a bar. Some boys came up to me and they're like, yo, what's up, dude? Like, been seeing the pod. It's been going great, yada yada. Bought some merch, dude. So we're selling merch again, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I got stopped in the airport coming back from Palm Beach. Nice older lady came up to me and was like, "Dang, what do you do?" Because I told you when I was coming back, I was going to take first class back home.
Yeah.
I always do that on the way back.
And by the way, our flights in West Palm Beach. My flight, Griffin and I's flight, got delayed 3 hours, and it sounds like yours did too.
Yeah, I guess it was weather. It was like 2.5 hours for me. I was like, what the fuck? I just sat there. And watched
By the way,
football.
when we got to Nashville, bro, we got into our gate or whatever, but they made us they sent an announcement over the microphone that we had to stay on the airplane for at least another hour because there were 2 planes that needed to use that same gate in front of us. One was people waiting from Nashville to go to Boston, and that was delayed for 3 hours. They needed to use that gate, and I think the plane in front of them needed to get off the plane into BNA.
Shit.
So we were on that plane for an hour and a half, bro.
That's so shitty.
I know.
That's why I hate flying on Sundays too. It's just one of the busier travel days. Everybody's trying to get home. I'm like, just get me the fuck home. So I took first class home. This sweet older lady that was also in first class came up to me and was like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "I'm just, I just have a podcast, whatever, blah blah." I gave her the little, runaround story.
Yeah.
And then she pointed out the merch. I was like, well, I have this podcast and we have this merch. That's the coolest shirt I've ever seen in my life. Can we buy this and stuff? I was like, yeah. Are you gonna wear? He's like, I might get it for my kid.
Yeah.
But
wait, which one was it?
It was the Mixed Iconics Tennessee one.
Tennessee one, yeah.
And it was like,
speaking of Mixed Iconics, that was the one that my friend bought. I was like, which one did you get? He was like, I got the Mixed Iconics one. Eddie George and Steve McNair. So, I'm not sure if we're doing an intro to this episode, but if this is the plug here, click the link in the description of whatever you're listening to or watching this on. Go get your damn merch. Use code MIXFREE at the checkout to receive free shipping. And that's how you can support the boys. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We got some cool designs. That design is a little outdated, but again, we have the Titans one. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if you want to buy a Titans shirt right now. We can't even score a touchdown. So Derrick Henry, 11 carries for 20 yards. I've also come to the conclusion that I am officially just terrible at fantasy football every single year. I don't win. I never start off hot. I'm 0-2 in both my leagues. And it's just kind of like an annual, like, hey, let's hop on, a Zoom call with your friends that you may not have seen in a while. Give them money. It's like an annual charity to the treasurer. And I'm just not good at fantasy football, but I don't know.
You know me, I don't do the fantasy side of it just because of that.
Yeah.
I don't like watching, a game. Basically, at the end of the day, I'll bet a game, but then the other team has a fantasy player I have. I'm like, oh, fuck this. I'm rooting against myself, basically. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, that's what it is. That's the fantasy football talk. That's the weather talk, as we like to say. We, I guess we'll just kind of answer some questions here. I don't know, man. We're on a radio station, LA Dash Radio. We've been on their radio station since 2019. Again, if you're new to the Man to Man Boys, this is kind of our story, just in a couple of different sentences here. 2019 started a podcast right before COVID. COVID hit, came back to Nashville. You went back to Indy. It was a basketball podcast. We randomly got an email from a radio station out there in LA called Dash Radio. Liam goes, check your phone. We got an email. I don't know if this is a scam or if it's spam. And then, long story short, we just signed with this radio station out there, and it's been cool, man. It's kind of given us the opportunity to reach out to bigger guests and kind of give us more credibility and kind of just a better reputation to our name. And so, as you guys probably know, if you've been a long-time listener, we started off again as a basketball podcast, and then about, I'd say 2 years out of the 4 we've been doing this, we switched over to like a 2 episodes a week. One was a basketball podcast, and then like the Thursday episode was a lifestyle one, yada yada. And now we're kind of just do whatever, Riff. We just had Riff Raff on. He's like, why aren't you guys a basketball podcast anymore? It's because we've had musicians on. During COVID, we had social media influencers on that got big, and we're kind of in the social media creative space and wanted to see like their story, wanted to hear a story. But yeah, that's how we've gotten these guests on to start season 4. Again, we've had pretty big guests on in the past. You got Friday Beers, Charlie on a Friday, Mitchell Tenpenny, Marky Basie, and then just social media influencers that are kind of popping off. But yeah, I mean, we usually go on an annual trip to Dash Radio out there in LA, and that was the plan here back in August, first week of August. About a month before that, we kind of just prepped it out like crazy, which we didn't do a great job really preparing for that first trip out there. And those who really know us, the first time we went out there, I kind of ego death because we did like a show in Dash Radio Studios on Hollywood Boulevard where people can walk around, pedestrians can watch you actually do the show. We did the show, then we went to a bar, a Los Angeles Dodgers bar. That was really, really fun. I didn't want to leave, and then we kind of got convinced to go to a comedy club. I think it's the Comedy Store out there, super popular spot. And yeah, all you guys just put me up front, like the closest to the comedy, like the comedy guys. And it was about a 3-hour show. There were 9 comedians, stand-up comedians, and I just pretty much got shitted on the entire time. So that sucked. And so long story short, we learned from that. I learned from that. And I said, I'm preparing everything that we're doing before we're going out here. So that's, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, we had Jorge Masvidal on. Lauren Gray came through. We kind of got hit with the news again that a couple days before we went out there, the second time, Dash Radio was going to renovate their studios. And it looks like they're back up and running again. So we kind of, and that was the same week we were going out there, and we were kind of just in a pickle. And we were like, I don't know if we can get these guests to our Airbnb. Like, it almost doesn't make sense. Like, we kind of just like, oh no, what's going to happen? Should we even go out there? Yeah, we've been planning this trip for months. We accommodated all of our guests to the personal studio. We called it the Airbnb. And it was a banger for us, man.
It was big.
A lot of nerves went into it. Yeah, I don't know if you got any. A lot of nerves obviously went into Jorge Masvidal's episode. You guys should have seen us walking around in the living room before Jorge pulled up.
We got some. Hopefully, we'll get some vlogs out of the actual trip itself. But I just want to say that also alongside, like parallel to that, we also have like been working in terms of getting better quality of the episodes, better flow. We've been working on like all these things and making the podcast easier to listen to and watch, and just a whole kind of just quality boost of what it is. And season 4 is kind of that restart of, we had a foundation, now we're making it bigger and trying to make it better. And obviously a lot of that goes into your side of it, on the social side, but this is kind of our new, like, branded, as I would say, like, start to our podcast. And that's kind of the biggest question, like, oh, how did you swing this? No, we're doing this now. If we're going to keep doing it, we got to do it right. And that's kind of the biggest question that I've got asked, is just like, how do you guys, get the guests in the first place, but what else goes into it? Because you're not just showing up to an interview, right. Jorge Masvidal. No, there's a lot of stuff on the back end that you guys don't, really see, which...
And we're still learning. Like, it's like people... I tell this to people all the time. We're not popular. We're not fucking famous. So it's hard for us to make money off this thing. Like, that's like our next step. Like, that's our next phase. Like, season 4, if we want to keep doing this, doing a podcast for 4 years, I mean, yeah, we've lost motivation. We've had breaks. We've had stumps, like there's been all the ups and downs. And so, like, our next phase, again, it's like us learning how to do this, learning the back end, learning what works on social media, keeping up to date with trends and everything else, and just looking legit, trying to look legit at the same time. We're going to go into season 4 as in, like, this is we kind of know what's going on. We kind of know how to do this now.
And that's when you make a out of the blue trip to West Palm to interview Riff Raff. It's like, this is kind of what we have to do if the opportunity presents ourselves to go interview somebody that I think matches up kind of our brand, and an interesting dude, just all around, just cool guy people know, and to sit down and chop it up with him. If that opportunity, presents itself, or somebody like that presents an opportunity, you have to go out there and you've got to go and, take a weekend to West Palm. And that's kind of like one of the other questions, like, so are you just flying out every other weekend? I was like, no, but the opportunity presented itself. We had to go do it, and that's just kind of something else that we've learned along the way too. Like, if an opportunity presents itself, fuck it. I mean, we only live once, and we're trying to do this, and we enjoy doing this in the first place. So it's like, fuck it, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, Jorge was dope. You guys should have seen us. We're actually working on a vlog right now. Griffin's cooking up the first day of the vlog that should come out this week when you're listening to it. Go check it out on YouTube. Road to 1K subscribers on YouTube, all right? Listen, just subscribe if you're watching this, please. Doesn't take that long. Just hit the subscribe button. It's on the bottom right screen, just right there. Let's just take a second here.
Go click that shit.
Go click it. Yeah, but no, it was cool, dude. I mean, yeah, so Dash was, we're still on Dash, and, we're working on some other things in the back end. But, yeah, Jorge was super cool. The thing about Jorge, we caught him on, I guess he was doing a press tour. So you just caught him at the right time. It was his last day in LA, the first day that we pulled up. And we went to LA. We got on a flight from Nashville at like 5 a.m. Got to LA, spent about 2 hours, like just setting all the equipment and everything up. And then we're walking in the, got everything set up. Me and you were pacing around the room. Griffin's about to throw up, dude. And yeah, so it was a lot of nerves went into that. I mean, Jorge is probably our biggest guest that we've had to date, besides, like, if you want to say, like, a Lauren Gray. And all of our guests, honestly, have been huge. And so there's nerves in every single one. But that first one was, like, the one that we prepared for the most. We had to. It had to make sense. We had to prepare for that. We had a TV in the background with a Google Doc of, like, 10 pages of questions, just in case, But, yeah, he pulled up. Super cool. I mean, he kind of showed up an hour late, so then we were, all right, let's calm down, let's calm down. We got another hour to just chill. Okay, 45 minutes passes. Okay, back up, pacing around. Like, it's just insane, dude. Like, that feeling is just insane. But, yeah, it was super cool. He came up, walked in with a bunch of his boys, and they were all dope, and obviously appreciate him for doing that. So killed that. Lauren Gray came through. I kept saying, what did I say? I kept saying gotcha in that interview. And so that's something that I'm learning. I got to just let the guests talk. Just let them talk. Stay away from the mic. That's what I kind of did with Riff Raff too. I was just like, here's the mic, like all the way out here. And I just noticed like the sound was so much lower than it was compared to Jorge or Lauren or even Taylor Holder. But, we're just learning, dude. So here we go. Season 4, we're on a fucking banger right now. So, again, appreciate you guys that have supported us thus far. And if you're new, yeah, we're the Man-to-Man Boys. Kind of stick with us. We're on this journey, and we got a lot of cool things coming up. Should we introduce the cool things that we're working on that started this week?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start it out.
So we have 5 new interns that are going to be helping us out. So, yeah, again,
We've had interns in the past.
We've had interns in the past.
So it's not like a brand new thing to us.
Yeah.
But we definitely have interns that help us out. Actually, later in the show, you'll hear from one of our probably best interns / co-host / the homie.
Yeah. We got a special guest coming up here on the back half for sure. Bringing him back, baby, bringing him back.
But
yeah.
So go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, after Riff Raff, I mean, we're kind of just sitting here again thinking, like, okay, so, like, what's the next move? Like, how do we use this momentum and parlay it, dude? So, yeah, we put up a job posting on LinkedIn right when we were going home from Riff Raff a couple weeks ago. We took a bye week on the pod, and we were kind of just interviewing. We had 200 applicants in 2 days. Yeah. And it's just cool to see people want to work, man. They just want to work and help out. But again, I think we've kind of built a resume that is somewhat respectable, and it makes sense. It makes sense. Like that's the biggest game in the podcast game. It's like, who are your guests? All right, well, here's 5 that we had in the past 5 weeks. So yeah, we got some interns gonna be helping us out. They're all super cool. And yeah, just look forward to, I don't know, maybe they might pop up on an episode. You might see them as a third co-host. We don't know, just to spice things up a little bit between the Man-to-Man Boys. Maybe go. I like going man to woman. Man to woman, switch it up here a little bit. So that's happening, and yeah, I'm making a pitch deck. So we're gonna. If you're watching this and you're a brand or a part of a brand or affiliated with a brand or know a company or someone that would make sense for us to partner with, we're looking for partners right now. So that's the biggest thing for us. But yeah, dude, that's kind of just what's been going on. We're still working on the next upcoming slate of guests.
We got one locked in for next week's episode.
Yep. We got one locked in that's coming in the Nashville studio. We've had him on before, and maybe we're just gonna catch up with him again. So that'll be super fun, super exciting. But what else? I think also another thing that I was saying to you was, okay, with all of these trips, we've been doing Zoom for so long that I kind of just want to stay off it. But we have to keep doing Zoom interviews with guests. We can't go to LA every week. We can't go to Florida. We can't go to West Palm. So that's kind of the game plan too. It's like, you want to stay away and kind of, travel and get guests on, but maybe just catch us trying to snag somebody and send them a Zoom interview. And I know people don't really like that, but that's just how we have to stay relevant.
Yeah, the thing is, I guess the second side of my brain says that guest interviews over Zoom aren't the worst, but another thing that people also have to understand is again, like you just said, traveling every other weekend right now in our certain, circumstances isn't we can't do that. So I think we still do Zoom interviews and we'll get Zoom interviews. But if we sprinkle in, people coming into the Nashville studio and getting the live guests, sprinkled in with some other maybe Zoom interviews, those are still going to be, good episodes regardless. Just keep parlaying guests. Because a lot of people, what I've kind of gotten some feedback is there is a very fine line, which this kind of the back side of it of people want to know who we are, but they also, a lot of people just listen because of who the guest is. So, you have to show some of your personality as a person through an interview, which is hard. And then a lot of people do like the other side of us, like we're doing right now, just sitting down, chopping it up and kind of showing our personalities and what we're kind of doing. So podcasting, it's hard, man. It's a lot of opinions being thrown at you, and you kind of got to see what sticks and see what hits.
Oh yeah. We had people on our YouTube comments that are like, Jorge is way too big to be on this podcast. I'm like, yeah, we fucking know, dude.
I know. It's like, thanks for letting us know. That's
thanks,
we know.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder, big dog. You know. Got a girlfriend, dude, or what's going on with the lady bros, dude?
Nothing too serious. Been traveling so much that
don't do that. Yeah, right, dude.
I've been traveling so much, and I got some big news coming up actually. Hopefully this next week, and that, well, I'll hold it because I kind of want to make it its own little thing. But it could
You're getting engaged?
Oh fuck no! I ain't getting married, bro.
Yeah. You ain't getting married at all?
I ain't getting married. You know that. I say that to everybody. I probably won't get married, but.
So you don't want any kids or anything?
Bro, I want kids. I don't need to be married to have kids.
How do you plan on swinging that one, dude?
I mean, you can have kids and not get married, dog. You can pump kids out.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
How many kids you want?
I mean, realistically, probably like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Boy or girl?
At least one boy, and then after that, I want one girl, and then after that, it don't matter.
Yeah, I got you. Well, good luck with that, dude.
Yo, so I got a new. So coming back from LA, right? My phone stopped working, and so I just got a new phone probably a week ago. And I opened up, I'm downloading all the new apps and stuff, or getting all the apps back to
Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, yep.
Well, not
when people call them the apps, you have to go back and like rephrase that, dude. When people say the apps, that is the dating apps.
No, the apps as in Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all that back on this new phone.
Yeah, social media.
Right. I get a Snapchat of you, and I don't remember. I can look it up and see how long ago it was. But it was in between when my phone broke and I got a new one, because on the other phone I've been using, I didn't have Snapchat.
Yeah.
And let's say you've been active, you know what I mean? The Snapchat I got was some disgusting thing that I'm not going to say. But it sounds like you getting out the leg yourself, you know what I mean? So what's going on in your life? You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm just trying to get married, brother. You know?
Yeah, we could tell. Talk about kids. I'm glad you're using protection, big dog.
Yo, you're gonna air my shit out like that, dude.
I'm just glad you got protection going for you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to act as the quarterback, man. Just have a good O line in front of me, you know. Call me A-Rod, lesson 4, you know.
Yeah, okay. Lesson 4.
You got that one or no?
What? Lesson 4 what?
Plays.
I know what you're talking about. I'm see how far you gonna go with it.
Nah, I went up. I'm still going to Barstool, Nashville, and kind of testing out the waters and the scenes, and I think I'm getting there, dude. I think I'm getting there. But my game is just not. See, my game is not like. My game has to be funny, I won't change who I am, and if I'm talking to, a lady, bro, I'm gonna make a joke or something at first, and then I'm gonna still kind of just be funny. I'm not gonna be like make the joke and then kind of just shake hands and be like put on my charm. Does that make sense? Because I don't really have a charm, dude. My charm is being funny. You know what I'm saying? I saw a good friend do that. And it wasn't really a joke, This girl was like wearing a mood ring. I think it's like the different colors or something, or something with the months or whatever. He went up to her, he was asking her about it, and I think he made like some little joke, and then he just went straight serious, like straight charm mode, and that worked for him. That ain't gonna work for me, big dog.
Well, you know how I am. I'm more of a let me just smooth talk you until I can, make some moves. So I'm not like I'll throw in a couple jokes here and there, but it's not like I'm not trying to charm you. I'll make you laugh, but then I'm just gonna spit truth to you.
Can you talk about that one dude that has the truck?
What?
You were though your buddy who has the truck, your 40-year-old buddy who has that truck at the bar.
40-year-old guy.
Yeah, he was asking if you wanted to go back to the truck or not.
Oh no, I could, yeah. So, I mean, we could do that. we could. So I'm at the lake house up in Indiana that I have, and I'm going. I go to the bar, the same bar. Just walk in there, get drinks every time, sit at the bar, watch TV.
Right.
I'm trying to have some conversation with the bartender, and this other guy kind of walks up and starts to how you doing, trying to get his name going and whatever.
Right.
Long story short, night gets to the end, and my buddy that I now know pretty well.
Yeah. How well would you say?
Pretty well in terms of like trying to get me back, going back to his truck, saying, speaking of the devil, never mind.
Who's that?
Some action. So I'm not just I'm popular. I got
mean?
business. I got business, man. Come on, I'm a businessman. Oh shit.
Ask her if she wants to get engaged, bro.
Nah, I know. But yeah, my question to you is how comfortable do you have to be with somebody you just meet to go ask them to like go do some maybe some illegal activities? Because this dude asked me, do you want to go back to my truck and stuff?
Yeah.
And do some drugs out of the back of the truck. Dog, I don't even know you like that, and you're talking about like buddy to me.
No, I get it. It's like I hope I will never be that 40-year-old dude that's at a bar, and it's probably on a Saturday night or whatever it sounds like for you. But I was just at a bar. Like I do work sometimes at a bar just because I work from home, and like I see these guys, collared shirt tucked into the khaki shorts, and they're just there standing up watching ESPN. And I said, listen, don't come talk to me, okay? I don't want you to come talk to me, brother. Are you good over there?
Yeah, I'm straight now. I'm straight.
Okay, back in the combo.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So first of all, I'll definitely be that 40-year-old, but I'm not. I'm at peace of just sitting at the bar by myself.
No, but you know what I'm talking about. Like it's like I'm sitting down. I got my laptop open. First of all, I got shit on for. First of all, I got made this. I don't know if this is gonna get clipped or not. Griffin, clip this one up. First of all, I'm at the bar on a Wednesday. It's like 4 p.m. I got my backpack. I'm going to the tavern, that bar across the street. We've been there. Someone made fun of me for having a Celsius on the left side of my computer and a lager on the right side of my computer. Is that weird?
Are you drinking? Is the Celsius almost done?
No.
So
I popped it open when I started drinking the beer.
Are you switching drinks, like a sip of Celsius then a sip of beer?
Yes.
I mean, that's,
is there like something weird about that? I
don't know if that's the. I mean, I have no.
Or is there
problem with it,
something?
but
Is that like unhealthy?
Well, sometimes you just need to get what who are you trying to be right there? Are you trying to work or are you trying to play?
Well, that's. I mean, I can't
Because
go
it looks
into
like
the.
you
I can't go into the bar and not get a beer. I'd feel bad to the waitress. Like,
Right,
she's like,
correct.
"What do you want?" Oh, I'll take a water with ice.
Well, then why didn't you pound the Celsius before you went?
Just because I got it right before I went to the bar. I went to the convenience store and then I walked over there.
So why didn't you like drink on the way over there? Because it's kind of a wild move to bring a Celsius and then order beer, and you double fisting Celsius and beer. It means like you trying to have a night or something. You know what I mean?
Well, I got an electrolyte drink as my second beverage at the convenience store, and that's the one I drank on the way to the bar.
Okay.
'Cause
I don't hate the move. It just
Yeah.
It is kind of weird that you do. If I walked up and saw that, I'd be like, damn, he's trying to get after it, I think.
No, but you know what I'm saying, though? Here's where I'm going with this. Whatever. I'm doing work, and then there's like, a 40 or 50-year-old dude like walking in with the biggest smile on his face, bro, staring at the bartender. Hey, how's it going? I can't wait to talk to her, man. And like the bartender's got And this, I was gonna say the bartender's gotta hate that, but at the same time, like they're giving them business, and they probably tip a lot of money, and they probably dealt with that so often that they probably just don't care. Like I've asked the bartender, I'm like, what the fuck is that weirdo doing, dude? Remember when I was like a bartender one time? You know, I'm not a chick with upstairs stuff going on, but we kicked out a pedophile. Remember that? I was like, yo, you can't do that, brother. Right. I'm not getting the tip for that. Yeah. But no, I like feel like I've made comments to like bartenders. I'm like, you good with that? Like, do you need to be saved? I don't know if I can do the saving. Like I personally need someone to save me. But
I mean, there's some weird characters out there which I've found, especially working in and around bars. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the worst. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I hope you're not that guy like walking in smiling, saying, "I can't wait to talk to Katie." You know. By the way, shout out Katie at Tavern. I'm trying to say my hellos.
I won't be that guy. I'll go in there and enjoy my peace and quiet and have a drink, but I ain't going in there. Can't wait to see Katie tonight type shit. Nah, I'm not.
Right.
Give me my fucking beer. Here's your money, and then I'll give you a little tip.
What about the bartender that you tipped $500
to? So we're just airing all my shit out tonight. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of came at me hot earlier in the episode, so I gotta get you back here.
Yeah, she was. I would say what I told her, and I would say if I would hire her as a bartender. Because she was very good at her job. The bar that she worked at and the place that she worked at, not the nicest, in terms of like living. Mm-hmm. Probably, struggling a little bit. And if I can help out wherever I can, especially if somebody I notice that is really good at their job, it's no sweat off my back.
No. Tell the real story.
I'm not telling the real story.
Tell the real story.
I can't. I don't think I can do that, man.
But funny,
she was
bro.
good. No, she was a good bartender, honestly. And I don't do that.
No, I just thought the real story was accidentally just added a zero, and you said, "Fuck it, I'll be back." Is that the real story?
Yeah, it's the real story.
What's wrong with that? I mean, there's a lot wrong with that, but come on.
Come on, man. No, it was she was really good at her job too, though. So I didn't mind, and I didn't say anything. And it was, when something like that happens, if it was somebody I had bad service with, and I would be definitely back the next night. I was back the next night, and I just didn't say anything. Yeah. I knew what it was, but no sweat off my back.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
I wasn't that fat that next night, if that's what you mean. I wasn't tipping that much the next night, but
Yeah. Pocket's definitely feeling a little lighter. All right, dude. Well, I guess that's the lady talk, dude. I don't think I got anything else. I think I just got my swagger back a little bit. I feel like I got my swagger back a little bit. I'll say that.
Yeah. I can tell a little bit too. You got some. We're moving in the right directions, and when you're not as stressed out with this side of the podcast, you can focus more on some other stuff. Yeah. And you got some big news coming up too for you, so that's good to hear. And just gotta keep grinding. Keep grinding.
Dude. Yeah, I was telling somebody that the other day, and I was like, you know what, dude? I feel like all of us in this social media world, all of us, our generation. I'll say two things here. One, I think I'm probably gonna have Alzheimer's, or I'm gonna start forgetting shit by the age of 45. If I make it there, God forbid something happens. But we consume content every single day like crazy. All the apps scroll nonstop. Have you thought about that? Like, my brain is probably mush in arms, dude.
Well, you know me, I'm not as big on social media as, others. But I do find myself sometimes, like, there will be, an hour or an hour and a half, 2 hours that I find myself just, like today, right before we got here, I'm sitting here watching football, and, what else am I going to do? I'm not just going to sit here and watch football, like strictly football. Titans are getting their asses handed to them, so that's not fun to watch.
Yeah.
And so if it's not like really entertaining, something like that, like today, I'm sitting there on my phone catching up on social media for a week, and I'm like, this is crazy that people do this every single day. Like, I'll promise you, I'll probably check my phone or social media maybe twice or 3 times a week. For maybe an hour before I go to bed.
I'm rotating, like right when I wake up, rotating. Check email first, probably, and then Instagram.
Well, see, that's different.
Snapchat.
Email though, I'll check, because that's just like one of those things. I can't miss an email.
Yeah.
But the actual social media side of it, it's like, dog, I can't. I don't allow myself to do that, and that's different because that's your job. But like, yeah, some people are crazy with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'll be mush, and if you can just help me out later down the road, I would like some help. So.
Yeah.
Let me know. I don't know what the second thing I was about to say, but okay, cool. We're gonna get JP in here, and maybe kind of see what he's been up to, dude. Again, I guess.
So for you guys that don't know who JP is, let's
Yeah.
set the stage real quick before we get him on here.
Yeah.
JP,
no, go ahead.
one of our good interns, started out as an intern for us. Then in that time on our space and our podcast, I think that the thing that we tried to do is like, it's hard for us to go back and forth talking about basketball, and it's always easier if we had maybe like a Molly or somebody like First Take This to kind of guide the conversation in terms of keeping us on track and going through, ideas. So we had our intern that we had just say, hey, I think you'd be a good fit. We like you. I mean, you're smarter than both of us probably combined.
Yeah.
And so it's like, just hop on and see how it goes. We're running a couple test trials and see if the flow is good, and it ended up being great. And I don't know how long he did it, but he was on
at least over a year for us.
Yeah. So JP is one of our only co-hosts.
Yeah.
On
he's
the Man to Man.
He's the third one, dude. And he got us some money too, dude. That was nice. That was nice.
He worked very good, and he was very good at what he did. So we're gonna, we don't have a guest this week, so we thought we would, run it back. Haven't, heard from JP in a while, so kind of just getting back to our roots and showing the people who we are. We got some new listeners out there now, so we're kind of just making a full circle.
You guys in the comments rate him 1 to 10 on how pretty he is.
Yeah, don't don't let that go to your head now, JP. I know you'll listen back to this.
Yeah. All right, let's get him in here. Alrighty, here we go. JP, just talked about him a second ago. Welcome back, brother. Used to be the third co-host for the Man to Man Boys, and then he said, hey, listen, Liam and Andy, I'm too cool. I'm going to go up to New York and do my thing. So welcome back, dude. We missed you.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. I think that's exactly what I said on the way out the door too, that I was just too cool for this shit, and then I'm going to New York, and that was it. But no, it's great to be back with y'all boys. It's a Sunday night. It's a year and a half ago this would have been a normal, and so we're just right back at it. It's good times.
Oh God, man. Don't remind me, dude.
Them Sunday episodes. I don't know
Those Sunday episodes were brutal, dude.
They were. Hey, we were doing the NBA stuff, so we had to do it. It was literally the only time of the week we could do it, but it was tough. We'd all take our time out and get after it, and they were fun, man. But they were tough.
Yeah, JP again. Just talked about him. He was a great addition and a fresh face to our podcast. He got us a Zenvo watches deal, and then again he just said, hey, listen, go take this deal that I got you. It's cool. You don't gotta throw me nothing, dude. Here you go. I'm glad I helped out, and I'm out. So I'm kidding. In all seriousness, how is New York, dude? How you liking it? You got some exposed brick behind you, and it looks like you got a jacket hanging up on the wall, dude. How'd you get a hook into the brick?
That was here when I got here. If anybody watching on the YouTube, it was just here when I got here. I didn't ask any questions about it. Just figured I could use it. It could be, something that I absolutely should not be touching. Don't care. I'm using it anyway. Yeah. But New York is good, man. As we were talking about a little bit before we got recording, I'm on my second apartment because I've been here a little over a year. And I really am enjoying it. Always something to do. I just earlier this week, I guess last week now technically, Friday night, got to go to the Yankees game. That was awesome. Been to the Garden to see some basketball. Been doing, seeing concerts, stuff like that. There's always something to do. Work is good. It's really been enjoyable, and it's expensive. Money, everything costs a shit ton of money here, but that's what you pay for the experience. So all in all, really no complaints. And this new apartment is great. We got an in-unit washer dryer, which is crazy. A dishwasher, the whole thing.
Nice. Congrats, dude. Sounds like you're stepping on up in the world. And I will say, JP, I got a good buddy that lives in East Village. And every time I go visit him, man, I say, can we please go to West Village, dude? I'm trying to fall in love.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. We live in Gramercy now, but I used to live lived on the West Side and worked in West Village. And it's like that. It's serious. Every time you walk around, you're like, this could be my wife. And it never is. But it's worth it to think about. Yeah.
It never is. Yeah. I think the one time I was there, we went to one of those bars. Can't remember which one it was. Obviously, there's a ton out there. And I think I said my hellos to, a beautiful blonde 5'4" girl. I did my move. Well, my only move, JP, is, hey, we're starting a debate around the bar. What's your first move in rock, paper, scissors? That gets the people going. It's provocative. And she kind of just was like, all right, hey, Andy, I'll give you a chance. And then I tried to hit her up the next day. No bueno, dude. I mean, I tried, like, she told me to come to this bar. I went to the bar and I said, hey, what's up? And the vibe was like, hey, what's up? I'm not trying to hang out with you, though, dude. Not tonight. You had your chance last night. And I said, all right, well, I guess that's how it goes.
Yeah. Welcome to New York, man.
So you got a girlfriend or no?
No, I do not. Okay. Not at the moment. So just, honestly, it's something I'm thinking about. I should probably start pursuing in the near future just because being in a relationship is cool. But at the same time, there's a lot of shit going on. I'm enjoying being single as well.
Well, if that doesn't work out for you in the near future, or if you ever just feel like, man, I need something, dude. Name's Andy.
I am. Don't worry, you were still in my phone. I can still hit you up. But I promise, I would be. And I don't want to say bottom of the barrel. I don't want to say bottom of the barrel because that would be mean. But we're close by.
And I'm not even saying names Andy is like, let's get into the nitty gritty and get athletic here. I'm just saying you can call, dude. You can call and we can figure it out from there. All right. In all seriousness, dude, welcome back to the podcast. Glad to see you doing well, brother. All right. So this second half of the episode, I think we're going to kind of break it into a couple different segments here. The first one, and JP, I don't want to bring it up because it doesn't have anything to do with the segment, but you're just wearing a Clemson Tigers. You went to Clemson. You're a Clemson grad. I was sweating them Florida State -1.5. Thank God. Sorry. Hey, also, boys, huge parlay hit last night. +3.5 Notre Dame. And life's too short for the shut up, Andy. Hit the under, dude. In a lay ski, my guy. What a game, though. On both those games. Both those games were great. Oregon State looks good too with the quarterback. Even though I'm sorry. Was it Oregon State that won by 3?
It wasn't Oregon. I don't know how much Oregon State won by.
Oregon State lost. Washington State.
Is DJ? What's his name from Clemson? Is he on Oregon or Washington State?
He's at Oregon State.
Gotcha, scrub. Anyways, all right. So here are the segments that we're gonna do. We're gonna do a trivia question, and I'd like to start out with that, Liam, if you got it, since I believe it is surrounded around. It's about college football. It has something to do with college football. Yeah. And then we're going to go into a hot take or like a healthy debate. And then JP, we're going to let you kind of intro it because you're good at these intros into the Thursday night bet of the week. Thursday night football bet of the week. And we'll all kind of give our takes on it since your team is playing in Thursday night football. If that's cool.
Absolutely.
All
right. So trivia question. Surrounded by college football, let's do. I don't see this is going to be too easy for JP, but I feel like a lot of people might not know this. So, trivia question. Just an easy one to start back on trivia questions. Who was the last person on the Clemson Tigers to win a Heisman? Answer that because that's the easy part, JP. Mm-hmm. You know the answer to that?
I do know the answer to that. There's actually a trick question because no Clemson players ever won the Heisman.
I know. So
Okay.
the defensive player of the year was also oh shit, I'm gonna have to look it up. But who was the last person from Clemson to win defensive player of the year in the ACC?
Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC.
Yeah,
I do have a guess.
from
I-
Clemson.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is probably this may not be correct just because he played in a little later than like the Clemson dynasty years when he was really good. But my guess, and Andy, I would imagine you have no input here. I'm kind of running solo.
Yeah, I had no idea.
This is
Yeah.
Clemson based.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Isaiah Simmons.
Okay. Well, we will we'll throw that up there on the socials and let you know. Andy, do you even have a guess? Maybe any ACC player? Who was the last person to win? Do you have
That's
any?
the trivia question, dude.
Yeah,
Name
that's a
single
good question.
ACC football player from the last 10 years. That is the question for Andy.
Defensive player of the year?
For the ACC. Yes. Well, you're not a college football stan like some people are.
Is Notre Dame in the ACC or they're non-conference?
Basketball.
They were technically in. I think you could consider them in conference like literally only the COVID year. They don't have guys that can compete for ACC Player of the Year other than that.
Can you name all the ACC teams, Andy? Let's hear them.
Yeah, I can.
This will be fun.
Can I get it?
Andy's trivia question.
All right, we'll start. Yeah, we'll start with the easy one. Clemson.
Yeah, how many teams are there?
That is I believe right now there is 12 teams in the ACC. I might be missing a couple, but
All right, I think I got it.
Yeah.
Let's go Clemson, North Carolina, Virginia, Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Virginia Tech. So Clemson, North Carolina, Virginia, Virginia Tech. No, that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah,
So-
you know
Yeah.
a blue team that is really good in basketball.
right up the street from North
UConn?
Carolina. No.
Duke.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Duke. Yeah, Duke is one. I forgot about Duke. Charleston.
We were just in this state.
No.
Florida.
Yeah,
Florida is
Florida.
SEC.
no,
Yeah, Florida's
I know,
not.
but I know, but there's another team in Florida. I wore the T-shirt of them.
Miami.
There you go.
Miami ACC. That's wild. How are they in the ACC and not SEC? Yeah, I'm tapped out on that, bro.
So you missed the team that won you some money, Florida State. They are an ACC school.
Florida
And
State,
then Syracuse, Boston College,
Boston College,
NC State,
NC State,
Louisville,
Louisville.
Louisville.
Pitt.
Pitt is an ACC school. Yep. I don't know. I can't even remember which ones we have.
I wish
haven't said,
I don't
but
know. Liam, I feel like the trivia question had to be something else. I don't know. But we'll leave it at that. Fine. That's trivia question.
I thought that was a pretty good question.
But I was almost thinking you were gonna be like, what is, like the movie theater trivia question that you had
movie theater.
with they don't sell this at the movie theaters. Can we do that one to JP real quick? Let's do that one.
Did JP know?
No, he doesn't know.
I'm pretty sure he was on. All right.
No, he wasn't.
All right. So retake of this question. How did I frame it? Because all right, so what is the most famous drink in the world that you
Or the
can't?
most sold? Is it the most sold? I guess most famous.
Yeah, most famous, most drank, the popularest drink in the world that you can't get at a movie theater.
What's the most popular drink that you can't buy at a movie theater?
you can't buy it. So like you can't go to the concession stand and buy this drink. It is the most popular one of those in the world, basically.
Correct.
All right. Well, I feel like you can buy bottles of water, so that wouldn't be that.
No.
You can, and I feel like different movie theaters are sponsored by like different soda brands, so it's probably not like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. So they definitely one of them sponsored, like Regal's probably sponsored by Pepsi or something like that.
Correct.
Can you? I've never seen anybody buy like a Gatorade at a movie theater. Although I don't know if that'd be the most popular. But like you can buy like a sweet tea, I think. So it's probably not tea. I'll go coffee. Can you not buy coffee at a movie theater?
You're close. It is actually tea.
It is tea.
Just
Damn.
standard tea. You cannot
Yeah.
buy just a standard tea, but it's also the most popular drink in the world. So
Yeah.
I would
Yeah, I
say
guess-
Coke would be more popular than tea, though, right?
more
A
people.
lot of people in the UK drink tea, man.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say a lot of people, even like in the Middle East, drink tea as like
Yeah.
their water.
Yeah. No, I wonder
I was around it.
Hey, JP, I got another question for you, real quick, dude.
course.
Liam and I had this conversation. I was looking back at our social media clips, and this is so funny, dude. Would you rather spend 6 months in jail or 3 years on house arrest?
6 months in jail or 3 years on house arrest. Neither sounds horribly appealing. And we're talking about like full house arrest, like can't leave the premises, right?
Yeah, you can have as many people come to you, but you cannot leave your area, like your yard
Damn.
or whatever, your house, your apartment.
3 years is a long time, but I don't know.
Liam would describe that as 2 terms of COVID.
Yeah, so you're basically doing 2 times
Yeah,
over of COVID, basically,
that would
from start
track.
to finish.
I would probably say, I think I'm probably still going 3 years house arrest, just because like at least you have like personal freedoms, right? Like you can't leave your premises, but you can do pretty much anything else.
Mhm.
Like that, you can't when you're in jail. Like I don't know if you ever watch like those first 48 shows or stuff, or like Locked In, stuff like that. All those jail shows. And I know they make it look worse than it is, but that shit, I'm not built for that. So I'm taking house arrest.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I initially said maybe jail, but I was thinking about it. I'm definitely.
I said if
doing
you don't
house arrest.
insert yourself into some sort of alliance, someone's gonna insert themselves into you, my brother.
Yeah,
It's
jail's a tricky thing if you think about it. You don't know what could happen. At least if you're at your house, you can control your,
mhm.
Yeah.
your lifestyle.
All right, let's go to healthy debate. JP, I'll let the guests go first.
So this is it's not so much of like I have this stance and I want to fight it, but I think it's more I just wanted to hear y'all's opinion on it. Would you all say bowling as a just a genuine activity to do is a good first date? Yes or no?
I feel like we've talked about this so many times.
I know, but I've got a follow up to it as well. So I feel like
I've heard. I personally, I've never gone bowling on a date, period. And I've also heard like really bad stories from friends who are girls that have been like, that sucked. Either because the guy was way too competitive and like they didn't know each other, and B, like after their first date again, if they don't know each other, like he's trying to just be super aggressive. It's like, nah, you can't be super competitive then just try to be aggressive after the date, bro. So I stay away from that. And even if I did happen to go on a first date, go bowling, I'm gonna let him win. Like, fuck me for saying that. My fault. I retract my statement on that. I would probably lose anyways because I'm just not that good at bowling, and I wouldn't be competitive at all. I'll just be like, yo, that was a good shot, dude. Now, however, we got a place in Nashville called Pins Mechanical, where it's mini bowling, and that's fun to do. I have gone on like a double date doing that. So you get drinks, play mini bowling. It's fun.
Yeah. I'll pass it to you, Hoop, too. But I will say, I think double date, I think it's got promise. I think like that could be something fun for everybody. But a solo date, one-on-one, as we've talked about, again, even if it goes in really well, you just walk past each other the entire time. Like you go roll, you walk back, she rolls, walk back. There's not a lot of room for conversation. But Hoop, unless you have a very different opinion, I'll move on to my follow-up.
I was just going to say, I don't remember the last time that I went bowling. So to say that I'm going to take a first date somewhere that I can't remember the last time I went bowling is probably not the right move for me. So, yeah, I'm going to stay away from that. But the pin stuff, I have played the pin stuff. I could see how that could be a good first date. But other than that,
Yeah.
check me off of bowling. Just not in my wheelhouse.
All right, cool. And then the follow up to that is at what point in a relationship, talking months wise or weeks if you're into that, are you willing to take a girl to do something that you are like really passionate about, right? Like at what stage of relationship for y'all would you take like a girlfriend to like a Titans game? Like where, and I'm sure this is probably, dependent, but just generally speaking, I'm curious because I don't want to like, there's no way in the first 2 months of dating a person, I'd take them to like a Clemson game, or I wouldn't even want to watch a Clemson game with them because I'd be like, this is my worst version of myself.
I was gonna say I got a good story about this. So.
I got a good story too, where I tried. Let me go first on this one. Luke Combs tried to take a girl on a first date to Luke Combs.
Damn.
Earlier this summer.
Thought it bag.
Yeah, I know. It was this date where it was like I've hung out with this person once, and that first date was watching the national championship basketball game, March Madness basketball game back in 2021. It was at a bar, and she liked sports, so I was just like, why don't we just go watch the national championship game, making something easy, Two things about that. We get placed right next to like 5 of my other best friends out of nowhere. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. So that's awkward. They're just hearing my conversation. And then the other thing was, it took a piss like 8 times in an hour and a half.
You also are trying to teach her what betting is, which is never a smartest play on that one.
Yeah, I did. I definitely did that too.
You can't like try to 101 of betting on that type of date. Like what the spread is. Like, come on. I feel like that's weird.
But then she gave me like another chance, I guess, to hang out earlier this summer. But it was just like one of those things where she was like, are you free? I'm like, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm like, yeah. Or Thursday, Friday. And I'm like, yeah, let's do Friday. Then it happened that Luke Combs is playing at the Titan Stadium. So I was like, what she likes? She's in country music, works country music. This is going to be a good first day. Now, granted, it was a lot of pressure on me too, because I didn't know I don't really know anything about Luke Combs. So I was on YouTube like the week leading up to that concert, and I hadn't told her about the surprise yet. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to line something up for us. Right. So I spend the week leading up to, that concert, and I'm just playing all of his most popular songs on YouTube, lyric videos, singing them to myself, singing them Coco, dude, at night. And I'm not going to bed till like 1 a.m., brother. And now I know a lot of Luke Combs, my guy. But then I surprised her with, the news about 3 days before. She was like, no, you fucking did not. That's crazy. Like, I'm super stoked, so excited. However, both of us are kind of like, we never really had like a good conversation after that, after the first time we hung out. And so I'm just kind of nervous. I don't know what to do at a concert. Like, that was huge. Like, that was a huge, like, first date. And she texted me the day before, hey, I don't want to waste your time. I can Venmo you for the tickets. I'm sorry, yada, yada. And Liam, that sucked. I know you knew about that. That was a bummer, dude, because I did spend a lot of money on the tickets. I don't even know where I'm going with that. But to answer your question, I guess, JP, Titans going to a Titans game would be fun. I think. I thought even going to a concert on a first date would be fun. You just stand up, you're listening to music, you don't really have to talk to each other. You're just vibing out. It was a good time. It was gonna be casual. Like, give it a chance at least, But I would probably take a girl to a Titans game first month in. Titans are playing right now. Let's go to a Titans game on a Sunday, enjoy the nice weather outside, and go watch some football. So I would say for me, month, less than a month, maybe.
Well, you're also not as passionate about like the Titans in terms of like, I feel like like professional sports like that are like easier. Now, you're not taking her to a playoff game first date.
Fuck no.
You know what I mean? Like Sunday afternoon, at least right now, we stink. So it's like, oh, whatever. And Titans games are kind of like, they can get rowdy, but it's like more of a chiller vibe, I feel like.
Oh, I got a different comparison for you, Andy.
Yeah.
you had a $50 parlay that's got one leg missing, and it's, we'll just say the Titans because y'all are in Nashville. Titans money line, and we're talking to win like probably close like $8,000. You've been, the slate looked good, you cooked up, and so now you have $8,000 laying out this game. What point of dating with the girl would she have to be for you to be like, let's go watch this game together? Because now we're talking to the point where like you're going to be losing your shit no matter what happens.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, dude, if I caught a vibe with somebody and it's kind of just like we know that we're only talking to each other, say like 3 weeks into it, we're on like, say, 3 or 4 dates. I would say, hey, listen, sister, me and you got a good opportunity to go smack a large bet. I'd probably take her, dude. This is what we need, okay? I'm going to get her into it. And if we lose,
you'll probably never talk to her again.
I'm taking that chance of her not talking.
She's bad luck. Get her out of here.
You never talking to her again, yo.
Yeah, that's a good question, dude. Nah, I think I'd take her to the game and just like try to get her on board. I'm gonna tell you guys something fucking wild that happened to me this morning. By the way, this is nuts. This morning. This
happened this morning. All right.
I'm waking up. We were just talking about JP, like how we're like we consume so much social media content, and like how I feel like I'm gonna be mush brained by 45, brother. I'm gonna forget my own damn name. I need Liam's help because he's never on social media. You know, he can help me out there. I get an Instagram DM this morning from a girl that I had said my hellos to once before, back in like 2021, 2020. She sends me a 10-leg parlay slip out of nowhere, dude. I haven't talked to this chick in years, dude.
She saw that social media.
She was like, "This is hitting today." Like that was it, or was
she needed one more leg to hit? So she put like $5 to win like a $500 bet, and it was just a screenshot. There was no, hey, check out what I got on the slip. I'm just waking up. I'm like, did she get hacked? You know, she sent me a screenshot of her 10-leg parlay, and the last thing she needed was like Titans plus 7.5 and Derrick Henry over 100 yards. I should probably text her back, be like, damn, that sucks for you, dude. But I was just like, that is odd, dude. Like, I guess you see my social media, I'm asking people what the bet is, you know, the bet of the week is, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, I was just like, that's funny. Like, I just couldn't even believe it. I thought I was looking at something that she got hacked, but I was like squinting my eyes. First 5 minutes I was up. I was like, wait, did she just send me a fucking parlay, dude? And then I was like, who taught you how to place bets? And she was like, I taught myself, ... Like started getting super defensive. I'm like, all right, cool, chill out. And then I said, well, maybe we can, you know, you're in my DM, so let me shoot my shot back, I guess. Maybe we should sweat one out together. Nothing back, just reads it. And then I said, are you still talking to that guy? Yes, I am. I left on red. I delete the DM next. What's going on there? Any takers on that? That's a little odd to me.
You just lead such a different life than I do, Andy. Like I can't even, like I have never once in my, granted, this is strange. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, if you're asking for bets of the week though, that's on you. Because then she sent you the bet of the week and you're like, that's crazy.
Nuclear slip of the week, brother.
She did. Well, you know what? It didn't hit. So what happened there?
But I don't know. Liam, any thoughts there?
I'm kind of intrigued by this woman now.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to know who she is.
She's just like the goddess.
I gotta
of
meet
gambling.
this. I mean, she could.
Just coming down.
I could be friends with her. I don't need to date her or anything. Let me just, you know, she could definitely be.
Well, she's
over
still
at the
talking
crib.
to that guy, so you know.
Well, he can come over too. We got a couple of friends. We got a couple of friends. We can sweat somehow together, all of us. You know what I mean? I need people like that in my life. She's cooking up a 10-legger. Yeah, she can have a spot on the couch. You know what I mean? And the boyfriend
is a beautiful girl too, bro. That's the crazy part.
Boyfriend can sit right next to her too. Well,
yeah,
we're good with that. Yeah, have her on the team. We're hiring some people. Come on now.
If they got winners, they can hang out.
Okay. I feel like I've been talking a lot about that question though. JP, does anybody else have an answer to that?
I want to hear who, because I know who you're a little bit bigger sports fan, so I think you're probably the more Just a different
Just
outlook
back to
on
the
it.
original question though, like how many weeks or months would you take somewhere to wherever it's at?
Well, so I did this mistakenly on the first date, Tennessee basketball March Madness game, not last year, but the year before that. Met this nice girl. She was a flight attendant. She's lovely. We're still like friends to this day. But I was in there, and obviously, when you go into a bar, you're gonna have team like fans of the other team there too. And me and this other fan kind of got into it, and just banter of the game. And I could just tell she knew that's not what she signed up for. I like the next day I was like, I apologize, like that I was like pretty crazy. I'm passionate sometimes, especially we lost that game too. So I was like, all right, well, fuck this. I'm going home. Didn't really mind her too much business and anything like that. So that was like our first official date too, like actually going out and getting like dinner before the game and then went out to a bar afterwards. Not a good idea. So now it's like 3 or 4 months probably until something like that. Now, if she wants to come over to the crib and watch the game with me, I feel like that's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
why do women hate that so much? Like, I get like come over and hang out is probably like sounds like you just want to hook up with them. No, like genuinely come over. Like I'll get us a bottle of wine, some pizza, and we'll just watch sports. Like I'm looking for that, dude. You know what I'm saying? Or just watch a movie or something, dude.
Do you
Now,
think there's any element of like personal safety that they come up with where it's like, I would rather meet this dude in public than at his private domicile?
I mean, for a first date, yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that. But like if it's like 2 or 3 dates in and she gets mad at you because you don't say I'm staying in to watching the game, she's like, gives you the side of like, oh, I thought we could, go out and get dinner tonight. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm staying in and watching the game. She gets mad at you for that. I don't know if she the one. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I need to. You could come over here. She's like, nah, I'm gonna go out anyway. I'm just gonna go out. It's like, all right, well, I'm staying in. I got the game on.
All right. So,
If she-
like, here's the thing, dude. Like, you're going to go out on multiple dates, and the dates are just going to be dinner and drinks, is what it sounds like. Let's spice it up here. After maybe the third or fourth day, it's like, yo, let's go do something. Like, let's go to a concert, like a low key concert, or like, let's go to a sporting event. Like, here are some things that I like to do. And I'm sure, like, it could be fun for you too. Like, even a concert, we could both like stand up, listen to music, sit down. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, what was it, the first day of fall yesterday? Like, it's October, like fall Oktoberfest is coming up, like in Nashville, we have, a huge thing, or streets are blocked off, things like that. Let's go do that. So if I can find an opportunity in JP, I'll go ahead and say, I'm just like a woodpecker in a petrified forest, man. Just stay busy and continue to look for opportunities. So I'm always searching for something.
I know you are. I would never, if I heard one day Andy was just sleeping, not if he was, what would be a really bad bird to be in a petrified forest? If Andy was a penguin in a petrified forest, I'd feel I'd know things went disastrously wrong. So
Yeah,
I know you're
So
always
that's-
on the lookout.
Okay. I mean, do you have a different answer? Because that's where I'm at. I mean, it's time to get athletic. Let's get athletic. Let's get active.
It is that season, the summer, the hot months are over. People are starting to settle back, and at least in New York City, pretty much everybody's going to be here for the next few months. People kind of come and go in the summer just because summer in New York can be kind of brutal. But now everybody's back. It's that time of year. Go out
I
and get
need
looking.
some
see
cuddle
what's going
buddies.
on.
That's everybody wants some cuddle buddies. When it gets cold out.
When it's
Come
cold,
on, man.
there is something I thought about this the other day. There's something about wearing a sweatshirt. I don't know what it is, but when you're wearing like that extra layer, there's something about that. Like you just want somebody else next to you when you're wearing an extra layer of clothing, right? I don't know what it is.
Good too. I did that too. I wore a sweatshirt. I like wearing no shirt under sweatshirts sometimes. Feels great. Got my Tennessee homecoming sweatshirt on, kicking it outside with that one chair I got on the porch. I'm doing work from home. A couple of beautiful human beings walk by. I try to say my hellos, but I think that sweatshirt just adds a piece of like, I'm here, I'm ready. I got my left hand raised. Let's try to figure this one out together.
I mean, this might be out of pocket, but I'm trying to take layers of clothing off if I'm trying to, say
it's
my
not-
hellos. I don't need to be adding
Yeah,
layers.
but you
over
got to
here.
start with the oversized sweatshirt, bro.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leave them wanting more. Nice
Yeah.
surprise, right? Like, you're rocking a vest, right? But you got a great chest pump. You pop the vest off, bam. They didn't see that one coming. Like,
Yeah.
under promise, over deliver.
I like that.
I need to
Okay.
go out with JP. I feel like
Yeah.
JP got
JP.
some games that I don't know.
JP, you working out, dude?
I'm working out. I'm in a pretty good cycle right now. I love my gym that I'm at. It's great. I've only been there for about a month since I moved, but it's awesome gym, Waterside Swim and Health Club for any New York people out there. It's a great spot. I'm really feeling good. Working out, going good, and yeah.
Good deal, dude. Good for you, bro. Good for you. All right. Is that it from you, Jay?
I think so. Do you want me to do the bets real quick for the Thursday night game?
No, we both have hot takes as well.
Oh, go for it.
I don't think Livy Dunn is hot. I think she's overrated. I think Livy Dunn is way overrated. And it could just be because I see her on my social media feed all the time. She's obviously dating the baseball player. I guess he went number 1 or something. And then they finally went public on Instagram. They're at the game. I think she looks too young. That's my biggest thing. She's too young. At least for me, I'm 27. I look like I'm, 19. But still, I don't know. Obviously, she's killing it. She's like top 2, maybe behind Bronny James, like all-time NIL deals, like greatest, like most money, from NIL deals, whatever, yada yada. She's an incredible athlete. I got a lot of respect for women in gymnastics. My cousins grew up with playing travel gymnastics and things like that. I got a lot of opportunities to go see them play or perform. I don't know what you want to call it, but I don't know. I just think Livy Dunn is just overrated, not too hot. And I personally am like a Burnett dude, catch Burnett, again, left hand. Hello, Andrew Elliott. But that's my hot take. I think Livy Dunn's just a little overrated. See her too many times on social media, and I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I don't know what it is. Just not feeling it anymore. Too young.
That's out of bounds. I'm
not even sure I really want to touch this one, but I will say that your arguments about her maybe not being as attractive as other people see her, I personally think she's incredibly attractive, are that she is way younger than you and not your type, which is fair, right? Like, if you were like this girl,
he's sitting over no. He's sitting over there in the back of his head. He's like, I can't believe I'm about to put this out on social media that I think Livy Dunn.
Yeah, he
is
man wants to play.
Look at that face.
No, okay, like let
that
me
face is
back.
like,
All right, hold up.
Now we're getting real.
Let me back myself up a little bit. I know I'm not like the most attractive dude ever. Like, again, Liam and I have had conversations. It's hard for like women are just more naturally beautiful than guys are. And she is insanely, incredibly beautiful. Don't get me wrong. We don't look like John B out here. Okay. I'm not even a John B. I can't even get a text back sometimes, brother. Like, I have nowhere. I don't have any like room to talk. Like, that's just who I am. I'm single, brother. But I guess, she's not my type and she's too young for me. And she just like, I don't know. Maybe I feel kind of weird with her not wearing a lot of clothes and shit, dude. It's just like, relax, like, I don't know.
You may not want to put this one out, Andy.
I was going to say, I don't know if I can respect that.
You might want to take that one out the episode.
I mean, if that's your take, that's your take. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I agree with that take at all because I don't know if
you don't think she's overrated.
No, I think she's
not in the slightest. No.
I think she's very highly attractive.
I'm saying you don't think she's overrated, though.
No, she's right where she needs to be. Right where she is exactly where she needs to be.
So properly rated. All right. Well, I'll do some editing on my part here.
No, we're leaving that all in.
I'm gonna look like such a douche. But
I will say if she's not your type, that can be a take by yourself.
Yeah. Maybe then she's just not my type. Maybe she's just too young, and then just not my type.
Not your type, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. I can respect that.
Okay.
Healthy debate.
And then I got one more. sleeping, the way you sleep, I think that sleeping on your back is underrated. I think a lot of people sleep on their side or sleep on their stomach. I like straight coffin style. Put me in a coffin sleeping, I'm good that way most of the time. Healthy debate.
So your opinion, like, well, we're arguing here because I don't sleep on my back. I'm a stomach sleeper, but you're saying that I should then look to sleep on my back more often.
Yeah, as long as you're not drunk.
Fair enough. But no, I've always been a stomach sleeper. If I sleep on the back, I snore bad. So like, I just out of force of habit, I sleep on my stomach. I don't really have an opinion on this. I would say the way I sleep is like, I really enjoy it. Something that does happen is because I got bad shoulders. Every once in a while when I'm sleeping on my stomach, I'll end up too far down and I'll wake up with my shoulders really hurting. And that probably wouldn't happen if I slept on my back. But also, don't most people like roll around when they sleep? Like, so every time you fall asleep on your back, do you wake up like staring at the ceiling?
No.
Yeah.
See, I was going to say, I think I start out on my back, but I'm rolling to the left, to the right, on my stomach, side, whatever the fuck. I'm all over the place.
And do you guys have like solid pillows? Like that has to do with something with the pillows. Because JP, I do like to sleep on my stomach as well. But like I'm just trying to think about how like other people sleep on their sides a lot. Like I like I like straight up coughing it up. But then, sometimes when I am sleeping on my stomach, I'm straight up like, hugging my pillows and like, just straight up doing like that. But I'm not like a side guy or like really like a stomach guy. Healthy debate.
No. I don't know. Hope you got something on this one.
No, I'm good on that. I sleep all over the place, dog.
Yeah.
All right, Liam, you're up.
I don't really have one, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm not.
You want to take one of Andy's?
No, I don't. I really don't. I don't have I don't have anything that I think that's like too outlandish of like a hot take, to be honest with you, because I feel like every time I think about like hot takes, I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty neutral in terms of hot takes.
JP, lead us into the Thursday night football bet. It's our bet of the week. We used to do a bet of the week like all the time. We're going to do some Thursday night player props. I don't know if you got money line, spread. JP, kick it off for us, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So for anybody that doesn't know, the Lions are my team. I root hard for the Detroit Lions every weekend. And this has been an exciting season. We're 2-1, had a chance to be the Seahawks, could very easily be 3-0, but got to be happy with 2-1. Beat the Chiefs opening night, everybody watching. Kadarius Toney was playing for us, got a little lucky, but that's all right. And then today, as we record, but last week, by the time y'all hear this, had a really good performance and beat a Falcons team that isn't awesome, but is not a horribly fun team to play either because of the run game. So on Thursday, we go into Lambeau Field, play the rival, the Packers, Jordan Love, a team that has proven that they are going to be competitive even without Aaron Rodgers. They have not played anybody awesome yet, but they also have taken care of business when they need it. They did lose to the Falcons. So what Packers team are we going to get? Is it going to be the team that played in the first half today that couldn't move the ball? Jordan Love didn't look great. Or is it going to be the team that played in the second half today that looked awesome and scored 18 unanswered points and then eventually won the game? So as a Lions fan, I'm never going to bet against my guys. I do think we are going to go into Lambeau Field. I know the spread's still being set places. It's going to be a pick 'em some places, a 1 or a 2 otherwhere else. And if the Packers are going to be favorited, assuming no injuries. So I like the Lions money line. I also understand taking, a 2-point spread, given just the money's not that different. But personally, my bet of the week, bets of the week, I should say, because I got multiple, is I like Lions money line. I like Jahmyr Gibbs rushing yards over, but I also like Jordan Love's rushing yards over. Just to go, sprinkle a little bit on the other side too. He's a mobile guy. The linebackers are good, but they struggle with mobile quarterbacks. So those would be my 3 bets: Lions money line, Jahmyr Gibbs rushing over, and Jordan Love rushing over. And I will pass it along. I'll go to Hoop first. Hoop, what do you got for us?
I like that because I think the Packers today. I watched the ending of a little bit of that game, and I think the Packers are learning what their team is going to be like post Aaron Rodgers. And I think the second half of this game today is kind of what every Packers fan kind of wants to see and like can get behind. So if they're playing like that, I think I'm going against you. I had Packers, whatever, if they're favored or if you're getting points, whatever it is, I'm taking that for the Packers. But I think also I'm going to do the over. I think last 2 weeks, if I looked at it right, Jordan Love's passing touchdowns was over 1.5. Both of the last 2 weeks. I'm going to take that. I think he's going to sling the ball. Being in Green Bay, he's going to, try to get the fans involved, and they're going to kind of open up the offense a little bit more and kind of trust him more and more week on and week on. So I think if it's still at 1.5 next week, I'm going to take it. 2.5. So I'll say, fuck it. Let's roll the dice and take 2.5 if it slides up to 2.5, but I don't think it will. So I'm going to take the Packers, whatever the spread is, and then also Jordan Love over 1.5 throwing touchdowns.
All right. I see where both you guys are going here. And yes, the Lions will be the underdog here. I like them to bark a little bit. And if you guys think that Jordan Love is just going to swing the ball, then this helps my player prop that I got for this game. Say the Packers do go up big, then what are we going to do? Jared Goff, sling that thing to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Anytime tutty, probably be like plus 140, 150-ish at the value. And he's back on Thursday Night Lights. Okay, listen. When did he score the one tutty he's got all season? Against the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday Night Football. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's gotten targeted at least 6 times in the last 3 games. Both 2 out of the 3 games over 100 yards. The first game against Kansas City was 71 yards, but this guy's getting targeted. Love the vibe from the Lions locker room. Dan Campbell's, a blue-collar guy. Love the rock with him. But if the Packers do go up big in, the first half or whatever, yeah, sling it to my guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Stud. Second or third year in the league? Second.
Third year in the league.
Third? I like this guy, man. I think he's got his footing under him, and yeah, sling it to him in the end zone. I guarantee Jared Goff will find pockets pockets and holes in that Packers defense. Find Amon-Ra St. Brown. Anytime, Tutty.
Love it.
That was a good explanation there.
You like that?
He came with some notes that.
But I do think Packers have a good shot of winning the game at home. I think obviously it's a pick'em game, and they're not home dogs; they're home favorites. So I like the Packers in that game too. But we'll see what happens. It's weird. These 2 teams are rivals, trying to become the AFC North champions. Last year, JP, I don't know, I might have missed it, but Lions won the game to not allow the Packers to go into the playoffs. And then it looks like they'll be playing again. Did you already say this on Thanksgiving? My bad, dude. My earphones plugged out. My bad.
No, it's all good. Yeah, NFC North rivals, been rivals forever. Playing, it will be the winner of the game will be in first in the NFC North. Still early, but always a big deal. Teams that start 3-1 make the playoffs significantly more often than teams that start 2-2. Yep. So we will be playing the Packers on Thursday twice this season. We play them on this coming Thursday and on Thanksgiving, Ford Field, the annual game. Really, as a Lions fan, over the past, I'm 24 years old. I've been watching the Lions most of my life. We don't beat the Packers that often. Just haven't. They had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers back to back. Not a lot of teams beat the Packers, but we play them twice a year, and they always kick their heads in. It is nice that we're coming off of a win that did keep them out the playoffs, sent Aaron Rodgers out of Lambeau on his last time off with a loss. That's a big deal. They're going to come out with a lot. They're going to be pissed off. They are. I said there's a lot of these same guys on the same team, and even though Rodgers isn't there, that pain of basically we ended their season last season for a team that always kicks our heads in. So there's going to be I understand why the Packers would be the play here, but I'm not betting against my guys. I'm going Lions.
I love it. That's a true fan right there. All right. Well, is that it?
That's all I got.
I just want to say, boys, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. It was a blast to be back on. Always got time for y'all whenever you need me. NBA, NFL, and MLB stuff. Always happy to jump on. Been seeing what y'all been doing. It's been awesome. I could officially say I've been a guest on the same podcast as Masvidal and Lauren Gray and Bruce Buffer and all these really sweet people. And it's so great to see y'all doing so awesome. And like I said, whenever y'all need me, I always got time for y'all.
It's all love on our end, brother. And I think there's no other way to go out of here than Liam lead us out.
Yeah, we'll give you a little namaste. Namaste to you guys. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, boys.
We'll see y'all later.